I just don't. I don't buy it. I don't buy it as authentic at all.
I don't either. But as far as like this whole situation that happened goes, I just pulled up the actual story. Mm-hmm. And evidently, after Money in the Bank, Paige and Del Rio went to see a live entertainment show at Caesar's Palace called Absinthe Show. Whilst there, a drunk couple started heckling them. Del Rio approached security and got the couple ejected from the venue. The couple approached Paige and Del Rio after the show, and an argument ensued. Police were called to the scene, and they went through a standard procedure of placing people in handcuffs to calm everything down. Police then took Paige to an ambulance to ensure that she hadn't been attacked or anything. She wasn't. Shortly thereafter, Del Rio and Paige were free to go. So that explains all of the photos and the ruckus that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Still fucking reeks of Total Divas to me, but...
Oh yes.
People are claiming left, right, and sideways, oh, there were no cameras and shit like that. Well, they don't have to have cameras to film segments, because it's something as easy as getting footage from people that were around, and you don't really necessarily have to have the footage to talk about what happened. It's happened before. It's so weird.
Another thing. It is weird. And another thing that people need to understand is you don't really need a camera crew when you're in Las Vegas. There are cameras everywhere.
Yep.
It's surveillance cameras because Las Vegas is such a party capital. There is surveillance cameras everywhere. And with them being outside of one of the... I'm pretty sure they were on the Strip. So that in and of itself is like... you don't really need a camera crew to get, footage from that. And, being in that, populace of an area in Vegas, especially around any of the casinos, to be truthful, you're not going to be anywhere where there aren't cameras. And it's literally a safety thing. Vegas is one of those places that weird shit happens all the time, and you really can't take any chances.
Exactly.
You take into consideration that, people go to Vegas to raise hell. So you need to keep the people who actually live there safe in some way, shape, or form. And because contrary to popular belief, people do live in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. There are, in fact, residents who live in Vegas. Kind of got to keep them safe. But, the whole thing is just... It's too fishy for me. It's Total Divas all day, every day.
Even if it's not Total Divas, it's Total Divas, because I just can't buy it. You can't sell this to me. I'm not absorbing it. It's so fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think of it from, the psychology point of view, because I was a psych major. Let me see how well that got me. But I look at it from a psychology point of view, and I'm like, what do these two people have in common to begin with? So, my brain's kind of opposites attract, that's all well and good, but there's just a barrier, and I'm not even just talking the language barrier, because apparently Alberto can't not speak Spanish. Thank you. Fucking perro. But... which means dog, by the way. Yeah. Kevin Owens told me that.
Kevin. We are so educated because of him.
But, all jokes aside, I honestly just can't buy the relationship as authentic based on a lot of things. And it's not even just the fact that, he's married and has kids and all of this other shit. Even though if that is authentic and he is just blatantly cheating on his wife with some young skank, no offense, because I don't really think she's a skank. If he's just, boning some girl he works with who happens to be, 30 years younger than him, no big deal. Again, I didn't do the math, so figure it out yourself. It's douchey, and it makes him look like a piece of trash. So, more power to you. Do you, boo-boo.
I mean, in a sense, it's not really any of our business what goes on with their lives.
Exactly.
But when it's plastered so publicly, you can't help but kind of throw your 2 cents in, because it's... Mm-hmm. Especially when the person's married, and you don't know if it's something that's, if he's actually openly cheating on her, or if they have an open relationship, or if they're taking a break and nobody said anything. it's all so weird, and when you don't know what's going on, because it's the internet, people are going to tell you what they think.
Yeah.
So
the whole thing, another just random little tidbit to throw in there that kind of throws me off is because the whole thing with Dolph Ziggler and Lana, they tried to do this.
Yeah.
With like them like kissing at Disney and, you know, taking selfies of them like, you know, all up in each other's shit. And, you know, the fact that she is very obviously in a relationship with Rusev. And they're like, she's kissing Dolph at Disney World and this, that, and the other thing. And people were like trying to authenticate the relationship between Dolph and Lana. And it's just like, okay, guys, like, it's kind of the same vibe for me. And obviously we know how that ended.
and I think it's really weird, though, how they went about that, because they were trying so hard to push that they were in a relationship, and then Lana goes and actually posts a photo of her engagement, and they were like, oh shit, now we have to change everything because she did this. I'm pretty sure if you tell your freaking people that are watching the show that this isn't real on TV, that you have to distinguish real from fake, they're gonna get it, because, I mean, you have these Be a Star campaigns where you have these heels, for the most part, go and tell your kids that are watching, you know, it's not cool to bully people, and we're the bad guys on TV, we're playing a role. Maybe you should start distinguishing that for other stuff as well. We're not really all that stupid, most of us.
The thing for me that's so weird is that they act like, you know, you're supposed to know that this isn't all real, like this is entertainment, but we want you to think this is real, and if you don't think it's real, you're the problem. And it's like,
yeah,
okay.
It's
I'm sorry, really I'm not
weird.
5.
It's so weird how they freaking think that one, their fans are that stupid, and two, how they handled the situation with Lana, because they still could have gone and did the whole shit with Dolph Ziggler, and then they just completely 180'd and changed things. They didn't have to.
No.
But what do we know?
What do we know?
What do we know?
We just talk shit about wrestling on the internet.
That's pretty much true.
But yeah, that's a big news story. Go figure.
I don't know why. Ow.
Are you good?
Oh, I went to go lean over to grab something, and then my hip was like, not today! I'm fine, though.
Good. I'm glad you're good. Alright, so one other thing that we can actually talk about really quick before we get into the good shit. Money in the Bank has come and gone.
Yay! I'm so glad it's over!
And oh my god, guys, honestly, we sat there for the better part of like 2 hours
no, it was
of the pay-per-view that we wondered.
Hours.
Well, no, I'm saying for about 2 hours of the 3.5 hour pay-per-view, we wondered what we did so wrong to
we were being punished for something.
Yeah, it felt like we were being punished. But just really quick for those of you who didn't really pay attention or watch it, which I can't fucking blame you, but Golden Truth faced Breezango in the pre-show, which the whole thing with Breezango just kind of was weird to me, how they had them like sunburned from the tanning beds, and like they actually had them like skin peeling, and it made me uncomfortable.
I was so glad.
And I really wasn't a fan of that at all. Yeah, it was really fucking gross. And like they had, Goldust and R-Truth like exploiting those injuries by like, open palm slapping the sunburn. And as a person who lives in Florida who is frequently sunburned, as a pasty-ass white girl from New England who constantly gets sunburned, living in Satan's asshole, no, that was uncomfortable. So Golden Truth picked up their first win, and they acted like they just got married. It was a really, really short match, obviously, because Breezango was selling the shit out of those sunburns. I'll give them that. They were selling the shit out of that. And then the Lucha Dragons defeated the Dudley Boys, which was actually kind of surprising to me because I was like, oh, the Lucha Dragons, they're totally going to get their asses whipped. Because that's how my brain works. Well, everybody that I love just loses.
Considering the way that they were treating the Dudley Boys with the whole, oh, we're the greatest tag team on the planet thing. But it was really weird that they put that on the pre-show or even on the show at all, because I can't even fucking recall them having a feud.
Nope. I don't understand why that was even a match. But the Lucha Dragons won, which Kalisto, my love. I love him to pieces. It makes me so happy to see him actually win matches every once in a while. So the pay-per-view itself started with the Fatal 4-Way match, which was, it was a clusterfuck from start to finish. Like, we said last week that there was only one way for that match to go, and that was down poorly. And, of course, we were correct.
As usual.
As usual. They decided to do the Fatal 4-Way with tag teams, with two of them in and tagging in and out in succession with whomever they could tag in and out with. It was just an absolute joke. A little bit surprised, but not really, that the New Day retained. We kind of said that if the Vaudevillains didn't win, we saw the New Day retaining.
Pretty much.
Which obviously they did. Not entirely sure the thought process behind that one, other than meh. And I just say meh, because there's no reason for the New Day to still be champions, but I digress.
Well, following that, though, on Monday, we kind of saw the setup, so...
Yeah, we did, which is fine by me, to a degree. But... So, Baron Corbin defeated Dolph Ziggler in a singles match.
Know. This is such a stupid fucking feud. What is there left to fight for? Stop!
I do have one silver lining of this match. And that silver lining is the fact that Baron is working longer matches.
Really?
Because that match...
I thought that the silver lining was going to be Dolph Ziggler slowly morphing into, like, 1993.
Shawn Michaels. That's a definite silver lining as well. But yeah, that match was, like, almost 13 minutes long, which is a long match for Corbin. Like, we're not used to that. You know, there was, like, the NXT moniker that he doesn't get paid by the hour because his matches are under fucking 2 minutes every time. So seeing him, like, you know, quadruple up on what he usually does is really nice. I honestly think they need to separate him from Ziggler because they kind of beat that horse. They've beaten that horse dead. I honestly love the matches these guys put on together, but there's no purpose for it. It's airtime filler. That is all it is, and there's no purpose for it. So Corbin wins. That's all well and good. We get a decently length Corbin match. You know, Ziggler puts on the show of his fucking life, per usual. But it just feels empty because they're not fighting for anything other than bragging rights, which, okay, yawn, next. So the women's match, we were expecting something big. And, of course, we got let down because why would they ever do anything right? Charlotte and Dana Brooke defeated Natalya and Becky Lynch. Real shocking. Really short match. It was like 7 minutes long. You know, there wasn't a whole lot to it. Dana Brooke is becoming more and more annoying by the week. She looks like a Bratz doll on fucking meth. That her recent gear, we were trying to kind of decipher what the fuck was going on. And I thought that she looked like she walked out of a 90s Hot Topic, like, warehouse and found whatever the fuck she could. Julie had a great analogy for it, but the look is just not working for her.
At all.
At all.
Ever.
So it takes away from her as a performer when the look is that bad.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, Dana's got a lot of potential, and she had a lot of potential.